You make it sound so simple, Ryan. I wish that that was it, but a little more nuance, perhaps. And already, ITB reading into the A play here. 3 players on the site, boots on the ground. It's Juan, the man, to fight first and win out. smooya in support. They've done a great job at slowing the push down and will wipe the floor clean with FNATIC players. Blameff the last to fall. ITB take the pistol.
It's going to basically hurt the rest of the players that I'm relying upon if I die to hold the site. So, yeah, a man that's known for his aggression and for his relentlessness, an intelligent move that opens up the pistol quite nicely. And, well, from A to B, this man can do it everywhere. It's another 2K, sinnopsyy just gutting out whatever's behind. May take note of this, by the way, Harry. That is a force buy from FNATIC, and they do so. Just requires the stars to align, and while you're against a very well-versed FNATIC, we need these players to show up. And well, it's keoz's turn on the back of site.
It's another quick execution from FNATIC, straight into the site. So too is smooya through the flames, burnt to a crisp. And that AWP is singed out of the situation, and into ITB, it's maybe locked out here fully. It's a 3-on-5. A situation of circumstance. You thought ITB were playing for exits. There is a kit on sinnopsyy here. Smoke dropping in. This could be costly. I think they're just going to go ahead and stick it. sinnopsyy, oh my lord. He very nearly gets away with it. Finally, he goes down. I have no idea what the call was there. ITB going for a ninja. They get out with 1 rifle instead of 3. As the Anubis they played recently against M80, for those who watched that one. Longest map in CS2 history so far. And, well, this one, a little more clear-cut. 2 kills on the ITB side. FNATIC, this one looking like a non-starter. Crims does manage to retaliate. Settle for a 3-on-3. Flank coming in. juanflatroo waiting in the wings, but Nork shuts him down. Clips him. Advantage to FNATIC, but 30 seconds, the bomb is yet to be planted.
As you say, time is of the essence now. Nork's the man with the bomb, so he's either going to have to unscope, pull out the bomb and drop it to a teammate, or he himself is going to have to commit. And in an ideal world, you want the AWP holding these kinds of angles. smooya, missed shot. Now it is just redstar. 1v3. He will find the first and the second. Now knows that the bomb's been planted on site. And redstar, a man... Unbelievable scenes. Just so easy, comes so natural. 1v3. And FNATIC, a quick oversight, thinking, well, you know, if smooya's out on his own and there was no instant trade of the AWP, then Funky instead, no. He just bided his time, he waited. And he finds all 3.
Situation so well read by FNATIC in the first instance. They read the flank. Crims able to get the timing on smooya there as well. Missed shot.
You know, playing a lot more puggy and fast-paced. Why wouldn't you use that in Into the Breach, you know? And alongside people like smooya, who like to be quite aggressive, redstar, who is a very capable rifler, as we've learnt already. All works out. Speaking of working out, it should have done better for the Into the Breach defense.
Looking for more from keoz there. And smooya this time on the angle. Quickly forced off by the flash. No one has crossed a fountain yet, and...
No one's showing presence anywhere. It's clear that you're regrouping. And B is your destination. redstar, juanflatroo. Ask a lot of them. 2v4 effectively on this side.
Both rifles holding on strong to either angle. juanflatroo with the hat-trick. Swings around, tries to take the last on to Blameff, who with a quick double headshot has brought this into the realms of possibility. smooya was in a sticky situation on the A site and now has to bail the rest of his team out for this 1 versus 1. Blame is low, 33 points of health. The pistol is drawn and smooya goes swinging. He spots the shoulder, but then backs up towards the pillar. Blame isn't looking the right way. smooya could just have him caught here on the timing, and the headshot will finish off the job. It's a 6 for Into the Breach, and as close as things got, FNATIC couldn't find a way through.
I guess for those that don't know, like the Blameff smooya lore is that they play a lot of Face It together. You know, Blameff was #1 in the world on Face It, or at least in EU, and smooya was #2. So they have a bit of fun. Look, here, he kills him. Look, he types. Blame's tilted. 70 seconds for to make their move. The re-clear towards water is a dangerous game, and Crims nails smooya to the back wall. Yeah. And now, well, yeah, makes sense. Accelerate towards B. You know you've got the frag. That's your path in, your ticket in.
Huge nade. So much damage, though, from sinnopsyy. And he will follow it up with 2 more kills. I don't know what it is about this pair, but honestly, both of them doing such a great job at holding down the B site. The former Guild Eagles players spread their wings on a 7th.
And then it's just simply put as a numbers game.
Oh.
And yet again, it's aggression. A smoke towards main. It's just disregarded by Into the Breach. YaLLa pushes through, finds the frag, and no response out of this FNATIC attack.
He's been so key on these first kills. FlameF starting to disrespect the smoke that's placed there, but it's there for a reason. redstar guards it. Those mollies consistently being dumped towards E-Box are stopping Mattis from scaling any further towards this site, punishing, trading either of the Kosovans there. Finally, they do lose their head and Nork takes off sinnopsyy. That's such a huge kill as well now because you've only got redstar left towards B. Push up through mid by smooya, knows exactly where the perpetrator is. Molly will fall at the feet of Nork. Oh, God! Land the shot! That's a ridiculous snap.
That's a distasteful shot out of Nork, and all of a sudden, the floodgates open once again. redstar needed a little bit more. And a 1v3 this time in the hands of keoz on the other side of the map. Not good enough by any metric.
No, that's the thing. It's only going to take one from these next 2 rounds from ITB to... He wants to try and open things up a little more effectively. They get all of the B main space, and the bomb is also dropped here, Ryan.
FlameF with an opener. A lot of aggression
it
towards B, and keoz has held his ground in middle. Goes from FNATIC advantage. And then tossed back into the hands of ITB. A generous donation of 2 free frags, and they don't stop here. Look, redstar's already pushed up. They've smoked off the B hold entirely.
They won't know about juanflatroo. There's absolutely no chance that you expect him to be up this far right now. All redstar needs to do is buy a little bit of time, find one through the corner of the smoke. He does exactly his job. Nork goes to a bullet at the back of his own head, and Crims, hoping that the rest of his team would be able to carry the cargo to the open A site, finds that instead the round has completely been flipped on its head. A 1 versus 4 attempt, which he can barely stepping up on that rifle, delivering you big opening picks. Instead, it's ITB continuing to limit test. keoz through main does get shut down. The old head of Crims could finish him off, but sinnopsyy is quick for a trade, and just like that, FNATIC have dropped all the way back out of mid and are strong for options in this late stage of the round.
With a smoke dropped outside B, this is scary. YaLLa has been a menace on the back of this site, and while he's the man to open it, it needs to be the FNATIC players to close it. Any glimmer of hope, this is your chance. Smoke blown open, and YaLLa finds another, leaping through the smoke, but smooya's in support. It is double digits into the breach, 10-2 at the turn of the half. Simply to make it look like a less of an embarrassment on the record. Smoke drops out, CT side, need to find the kills, and well, they start to trickle in, but for both sides of the coin, chasing down this pillar player, Mattis runs out of ammunition, 3v3, smokes give away to plant the bomb, and now FNATIC have to go for a retake, and it's a kitless CT side.
Crims reloading off the back of the spam, couldn't take sinnopsyy off the plant, he goes solo. Where is the follow-up? Nowhere to be seen. FNATIC crying out for help, looking for an answer, a hero. It's got to come between Blame and Body. The 2-on-3, of which they are so split up from one another. redstar honing in for the kill, and sinnopsyy finishing it off. An 11th for Into the Breach means that this game is all but over. Blame has managed to afford himself a rifle. The SMGs have been redistributed around. There's a lot left to be desired of this FNATIC CC side right now. Mattis, the one with the pistol, but he makes it look sharp. Nice shot onto YaLLa's head. It's the opener that they were just about looking for.
Smoke's dropped in. Shot out. sinnopsyy. Great transfer. keoz pinching away the highlight reel. Worthy moment from him. It's a 2v2 and well, it's actually a disadvantage for Into the Breach in terms of HP. Now the team that are forcing FNATIC's hand. They've planted the bomb. Inviting that pressure back in. Nice shot from Crims
nice
onto
flash.
the low HP. smooya 1v2. A poetic way it would be to close. The Brit needs to find them both. Hits the first. But 8 points of health is all that he's left with. Tucks away from the nade. Bomb tapped, not stuck. And in fact, I was going to say, a smoke to try and create even more of a problem. But Body able to find him through it. And, well,
redispensing those player numbers to try and clear out mid where they think the issue currently stands. Nork perhaps falsifying to his teammates what exactly is going on right now. Finally, the penny will drop, but the spam's gone through towards the back of site. FNATIC need to hold on to this space. They're not going to be able to, and the bomb will go down. Chance for ITB to fight back out of this one though. Nork has sinnopsyy pinned. He'll go down underneath the E-box. 4 on 3. ITB trailing, but still with the weapons to contend at this long range. The plant is for main. That's where they stand. And the FNATIC players will fall on the site. A double from juanflatroo. redstar finishes it off. And on smooya's revenge story, he returns to the match against his former employer with quite the result on map number 1.
Yeah, ITB, incredible stuff in the first map. But of course, in these BO3s, it is a marathon, not a sprint. And while it's decimation in map 1, we look to Ancient next.
So, if you're looking at them being in any kind of power position, it would be here. And right now, we're already seeing those names lighting up the A site. 4 kills in less than 4 seconds. It's redstar with the final few headshots, and sinnopsyy is trying to cut in line to finish the job, and he will. A 3rd pistol round in this series for ITB.
Into the Breach right now is the fact that we know they are such a momentum-based team. You cannot afford to let it slip. Good start. Great start, in fact, from Matties. 2 quick kills in middle. One of the more quiet characters in map number 1. Nice to see his early success in the second. Body just trying to put more ITB players in body bags.
This could get really scary. There are 2 players here. Juan the first, keoz with the second peek. It's a 3 on 3. Blink and you'll miss it. ITB have set their sights on A. B, I should say. It didn't rotate. Okay, FNATIC clear the board anyway. Brilliant spam from Nork.
They've listened to half of your sentiment in this second map, Harry, of winning around early to cut out momentum. But the question is it going to be a repetitive feature to the FNATIC attack, or is it going to be temporary? And, well, the kill feed seems to have spoke some answers already. redstar, sinnopsyy, quick to put Body and Matties in the grave.
Again, there's no immediate need, no air of caution to be rotating quickly. As soon as Juan is spotting Nork here, should just be dropping back for the support of the rest of his team. It's Crims instead. That's allowed Blaine to get up in ramp and find not only 1 opener, but a follow-up as well.
2 rounds in a row now where 5v3s have turned into 3v3s. This time, it's ITB on the come down. It's bomb chucked across towards site. sinnopsyy deleted by Blame F. That's 3 now in the round for him. A boost assembled. A stack up of players. smooya hopes to see something over the top of it, and while it's damage, it's no frag. Finally gets his hands on the opportunity. It's Nork dead next. A second for smooya, and expecting Crims to come from short, and while the AURORA wields a rifle, it is all the same to him. redstar will stick the landing and Into the Breach. Yeah, fumbled in the mid-round for sure, Harry, but
starts to look more like a hot knife through butter, and FNATIC continuing to wait. Absolutely no idea as the knives are out. sinnopsyy could be in for quite the haul here. 2 kills, nearly finishing off the 3rd. Mattis was the only healthy player, now he's dead. It is just on the debutant to try and salvage this 1 versus 3. Yeah, he has an AK, but do you really think he has a chance?
Gonna be tough. Low HP while he nearly got the jump molly, nade, all of this is going to chip away at the HP, and more importantly, the 30 seconds that are left in this round.
Mind games after mind games. ITB initially stacked for the quick A pop. FNATIC looked like they were going to lean into it, but because Body has managed to slip into Red Room, he saw juanflatroo, or heard him, rotating over towards A. Those set of footsteps has brought them back onto the B play. A trade in mid puts it in a 4 versus 3 situation in favor of FNATIC. They are ahead by just a man for now, and they've managed to get some deep control towards long here as well. So ITB end up saving, but...
Yeah, I know I compliment around into the breach, play passive and eventually lose, but I do like the idea of it.
It's Nork still holding on to the angle, ready for the crawl up into the T-ramp space. You can see him looking off to his map in the corner of the screen. juanflatroo could get a crazy timing here if he's lucky. Here's some kind of a cue, a step perhaps, peeks onto Nork, and that's double doors in control of ITB. Momentarily, Mattis will snatch it back before the retake.
redstar, good nade. 3v3 molly towards short, going to cut circulation a bit here. It is smooya left behind it. Gap in that smoke is scary. Oh, sinnopsyy knows about it though. Immediately shot through it to see if anyone was home. It's Crims that emerges through the edge of it, but to no avail. Now the bodies start piling in towards sight. A tap of the bomb. In fact, it's not a tap, it's a stick. sinnopsyy's going for it again. The wallbang's so close, but not enough. 7 points of health is all that's left. sinnopsyy picks up the big green, and ITB pick up their 6th.
And redstar's timing on that incendiary is absolutely perfect. FNATIC slowed for just a moment. They do eventually head in, but it's to the crosshairs of smooya who finds the opener.
sinnopsyy! 2 kills, now it's just body left. Blink and you miss it stuff. Yet again, a double from sinnopsyy to derail any attempt from FNATIC.
Blended with FNATIC's incompetency at times, I think. The situations where they find themselves advantages not being converted, and amongst, you know, missed opportunities and unforced errors on ITB's own behalf, there's just been no capitalization. And if that shot from keoz through the smoke to find yet another kill and then another nail into this FNATIC casket says everything about the series, I don't know what does.
Four versus 1, 8 should turn into 9. And into the breach. Maybe just sleeping against alternate attacks, because when I saw that result come in, Harry, you know, we were talking about it pre-BO3. I was like, well, that's not a good sign, right? Like, go 0-2 against alternate attacks, and I did say, you know, on a good day, I think alternate attacks do beat FNATIC, especially with the recent addition of Nork. If they can do it against FNATIC, what's not to say that these guys are ramping up for a bit of momentum heading into the closing stages of this tournament.
Even look at the previous round, juanflatroo so aggressive. This time it's sinnopsyy. Body's on death's door. The fact that he finds a headshot there is miraculous, and Mattis will get his double. Juan is still running into the gunfire, so ITB have finally been punished. You'd say they've learnt their lesson, but there's 1 round left in the half, so it's either double digits or a third for FNATIC. Neither of them read too well. smooya matching Crims for pace as he walks on the other side of the angle, and the bullet through the brick means that Crims is down to only 14. Ooh, Nork's got to be careful. Couple players on the other side of this smoke. Could this be his time to shine? Nork, deleted. Couldn't find the result that time, but Mattis will be able to close by himself.
Need to stop ITB, and if they don't, I have a feeling this could be another quick second half.
Well, you know, 9-3 is still salvageable. Quick boost up on Mattis. He was the star of the final round of the first half, but the second won't start the way that he wants it. More CT players up the shelf trying to boost back through cave, but redstar's positioning is acute. On the other side of double doors, it's a deep clear. He could play in sinnopsyy here, perhaps, as the retake is very much from the backside. Got a molly to buy even further delay. YaLLa can smell blood in the water. It's another double headshot. He's looking for more. It's smooya instead. And YaLLa to close. Double digits for ITB. And he's lighting a bloody cigarette as well. That's the most gangster pistol round win I've ever seen.
Oh,
I can't believe
can we just forget the
that,
gameplay now? Can we just like full cam the entire...
That's unbelievable,
just pulls
man.
out of smoke.
Literally smoking them.
2 to go for Into the Breach. 2 rounds away from elimination for FNATIC. They've got another buy in front of them. Spam through the smoke. Good start for Blame. TK in the mix, but sinnopsyy trying to make amends. Unfortunately, it could be all for naught, although saying that, redstar bursts through. First 10 seconds of action, it contains 5 frags, and there could be more. As smooya draws a volley to the feet of Blame F. He knows all too well about the Dane's position. And now it's a 2v2, a stalemate.
Other sides of the map just trying to probe for info, and it's Crims that you've got to be looking towards. This mid-re clear is everything. Does smooya find the fight? He does. Huge win to take there against the Swede. Body has the info, and as he fires off a couple shots, gives away his position as well. So ITB have their free choice of where they want to go. You spot the CT top mid. I'm not sure they've expected this B rotation though. That's where he's going to be. Has to respect the molly for now. smooya on the cross with the bomb on his back. It's another big fight that he's got to try and win, but gearing up for it. Body is unprepared. 12 for ITB. Map and series point.
For FNATIC in this playoff. Let's not forget, you know, there's a greater picture as well. There's lands on the line, there's prize money, all of that, and FNATIC should be at the top of it all. Should have had a chance. This was an expected result that they'd be able to rebuild, get back into CS with a good project.
He's
Body
still playing the discipline.
Discipline. Wait, there's 2
trigger.
players, and he doesn't even find the second. That just summarizes the entire game in the span of 10 seconds for FNATIC. 3v3, but numbers still prevail for Into the Breach. Trades are good. Aim is even better as keoz just runs rampant through heaven. And it is all on Crims. 1v3, everything at stake, minimal chance, minimal opportunity. Good night, FNATIC, and welcome to the semi-finals, Into the Breach.
Dude, that second half was a bloody fever dream. I have no idea what we've just seen. ITB dominance from front to back, though. That will be the headline. 13-3 on Anubis, 13-3 on Ancient. Pick or not, FNATIC looked well off the pace today. The change that they've made.
On the other side of the coin, though, Mr. Into the Breach himself, Owen or smooya. First and foremost, man, congratulations on the win. I've got to fire straight here, right? And that is that for Into the Breach, I think there was a lot of doubt. You guys went 3-2 in the main Swiss. You didn't look like the most promising team heading into playoffs. Today you play against FNATIC, and sure, they themselves going through a bit of a rebuild. I don't think anyone expected a 13-3 scoreline on both maps. Was there anything in particular as to why it was so successful today?
I mean, I need to be honest, we won every pistol. I think we won like a lot of clutches that maybe we wouldn't usually win. I do think the scoreline is very, very, very like misleading. I don't think it was 13-3, 13-3. Of course it was, but you know what I mean? It easily could have been very close. I won't shit talk too much because I have too much respect for Blame, but it ended up being relatively easy, so I'm happy with the day.
I was just about to say, as a former FNATIC player, was there any kind of grudge coming into this match at all, or was it simply just to make it to the semi-finals?
I mean, like, it's the same thing when people say, when I was in FNATIC and they asked me, how does it feel to play versus Big? It's been like 2 years or so, 3 years. I've made a lot of money since then. I've had a lot of sex. I've done a lot of, drank a lot of fucking alcohol. I've kind of forgot that that even happened. I do wish them all the best, including the organization. Of course, I've been public saying that they were really bad to me and stuff like that. I can come forward and say that it maybe wasn't as bad as I made it out during this time. They were definitely very good to me. They gave me a chance, and I appreciate that for a long time. So yeah, just GG's, I guess, and I have nothing really bad to say about them or anything like that. So yeah.
All right, to quote you, apart from the drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it is, right?
I said no drugs.
Sorry, I put that in your mouth. Sorry, man. Sorry. Apart from all of that, like what's been the routine for Into the Breach, right? Because I think for us, looking outside in, you took 2 players from the Bad News Eagles, Guild Eagles era that were very aggressive, very like rampant, you know, known for holding W. You yourself as, you know, maybe a character that people learn to love or hate, and then obviously you've got keoz, who has had a pretty deep background at tier 1, 1.5 for a little while now, and obviously redstar, who comes from the glory days of Skade. Like, it felt like for me, when we wrote that down on paper, it was a very mismatched team. But it feels like you guys are actually settling in quite nicely now, you know? Like, how's that sort of been, and how's the adjustment been for the team? And can you say that that's the reason as to maybe why ITB have been off to a bit of a shaky start?
I think the shaky start was, I mean, I talk about it every interview, but of course we had Boros, who has the same role as Juan, so it is hard to make that work anyway. If you go take any team, you go take Vitality right now, you remove Spinks, and you add another Flames. Yeah, how is that going to go? It will not be that pretty, I can promise you that. You lose a lot of balance and a lot of structure. The reason why we had a bit of a shaky start here, our first game in this event, we played Mars NXT, we lost to the coach. redstar had 0 hours, he hadn't played the game in 4 weeks because he just was on a holiday with his girlfriend, and we had no practice. Like, we had to throw everything we had away because it was useless, and we had to start from scratch. So technically we've been practicing and adding stuff for 1 month, and I would say it's been pretty good. We still got a lot of stuff to add. We got destroyed by attacks earlier because they antied everything we had. Thankfully, FNATIC didn't anti that much, so it was quite nice to play. But yeah, the routine-wise, we're just grinding, same as everyone else. Just trying to get better day by day, be better people, be more understanding, more lenient, you know, more compassionate, stuff like that. It's the stuff that I've missed the most in my career. And I think having the loudest voice in the team and being like the biggest character, as you would say, like, you can feel when I'm happy, you can feel when I'm sad, yeah? So my only goal at the moment is just be happy all the time. Even if I have bad game versus attacks, I was still screaming, let's go, stuff like this. Try not to shit on people. And yeah, it's been going really good for the last month or so.
It's nice
and
to
I need to thank my coaches for that, sorry.
There you go. Yeah, see, look, good guy smooya. We're getting it from you, man. And what I want to know is, as well, with this being an online tournament and sort of building towards those lands in the future, that's got to be something that you guys are aiming at. What do you think it would mean to this team to qualify for a LAN event in the sort of upcoming months with the process that you've been on to sort of build through online events?
I think we all want, I mean, every team wants the same goal, yeah? Maybe besides Zero Tenacity and a few other teams that definitely don't want to play on LAN, but I feel like most teams, when they put their roster together, they just want to play on LAN. I think it means the same to us as it does to any other team. I feel like we would be better on LAN than we are online. The B&E guys have proven that. Historically, I've been kind of shit on LAN, I'll hold my hand up, but hey, I'm getting old now. We're getting better, we're improving, and redstar's always good on LAN, so it would be fucking cool. It would be really fucking cool, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough. You heard it from the man himself. Thank you very much for the honesty as well in the interview. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the win, and we wish you the best in the semis.
Bye guys. Thank you. Have a nice cast.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.